So, who thought that Katrina was a medium? Not gonna say it. Hi guys, my name is Maria Park, and this is Approach to Nerd. And in this episode, we are reviewing episode 7 of Charmed Season 2, The Past is Present. Oh boy, this episode, a lot was revealed. And you know, it seems to be a trend with them. They basically get a bunch of like secrets in the previous episode, and then they kind of reveal it in the next one. It's not Charm's fault, it is definitely the CW formula. It happens on every one of their series, either comic book related or drama. It doesn't matter. It happens. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right into what we know is happening in Charmed. I'm not going to do a play-by-play. I'm going to go for us revealing all the secrets and theories that were either proven right by us or that basically some events that have opened up new questions in the episode. So first, let's start with the easiest, which is Katrina. Katrina is a medium. There is no doubt, Mel even says she is a medium. The entire episode, poor Katrina thinks that she's crazy. She's even agreed to go to a mental institution or a rehab facility because she's hearing voices, which basically sounds like schizophrenia. But Mel convinces her to give her a chance to explain what's going on. She blindfolds Katrina, takes her back to their manor, shows them a video of their mother Marisol. The voice registers with Katrina because, of course, that's who she's been speaking with. And then Mel says, "You're not crazy, you're a medium." So yeah, I knew it. I'm sure you guys knew it. She's a medium. Now, two things that I found interesting. The first is that Katrina's mother kind of went along with the idea that her daughter's nuts, pretty much, which is interesting because in Malaysian culture, they're very open to spirits. I mean, I've done a lot of research. I'm really into supernatural, so like I've done a lot of research in different countries, different regions, different cultures, and how they deal with the supernatural, basically, or even the afterlife. And a lot of Malaysians believe that their spirits of their dead ones, or loved ones, or like, you know, coworkers, classmates, friends, family members. They just walk around. You can Google like different articles. I think I even said this in another video where people have literally gone home from work and shut down schools because they've seen spirits in the hallway. So the fact that her mother was not in tune with the potential of that being something like a gift that her daughter has in the supernatural realm, or like, you know, the outer or other plane or whatever. It's very, very odd for Malaysian culture, but you know, whatever. The second thing is, I knew Mel was going to turn down the chance to have a relationship with Katrina because, quite frankly, she's not over Nico. It's just what it is. I don't care what she rationalizes in her head. She's still not over Nico. But having said that, Katrina says something interesting. She says, us meeting was destiny, which it was. Not in the way that Katrina thought. It wasn't that, oh, they were destined to hook up and be a couple. But no, she was destined to help Mel the way Mel helped her by leaving her the keys and making her manager of her store spellbound, allowing the sisters now to have full access to all of the ingredients that they're going to need for future potions and spells. So her meeting Katrina basically opened up her cabinet of goodies to the CharmedOnes. That's what it was. But yeah, so Katrina's gone. She's going on a sabbatical to try and find herself in her new medium realization. Needs some space, and also because Mel rejected her, so she's gone. So let's move on to our next, I guess, big mystery, and that is Jordan. So Jordan, I had 3 theories. Pharaoh. My second one was that his family was from the Salem witch trials and were persecuted. And my third theory was that he was, you know, his family were witch hunters. And pretty much, I'm pretty certain they've almost revealed entirely that the third one is true. Because Lawrence Mortimer Chase. Now, I already said in my last video that Chase means to hunt, which is why I was leaning more towards the witch hunter theory. But the fact that they Googled him in this episode And they found out that he was not only a general, he was a general witch finder. And what is another name for finder? A hunter. When you find things, you hunt them out. Witch hunter. So come to find out through Macy's very interesting plan with Harry to take up boxing or spar with Jordan, where she actually pops him in the nose, which was hilarious, to distract him from Harry putting the ring or switching the ring out for a copy they've made. We've learned when they cast a spell on it to take the essence out of the ring that, Lawrence Mortimer Chase had a witch from a coven on the ground and had taken a ring, and the witch is telling him that ring doesn't belong to you, you can't have it, and he's basically like, it's mine now. And then he asks where the rest of the black amber is, which is interesting because if you know anything about chakra or healing stones, then you know that black amber is not only for healing, it actually negates negative energy and it protects a person from psychic attacks. So that's very interesting. So now it begs the question, why did he need the rest of the black amber? There's a lot of mysteries there in the Chase family, but one thing we do know for sure is that they are definitely witch hunters, and the witch that he was basically telling his other two guys or whatever they are to him to take off to basically burn, she cast a spell with her dying breath, basically saying 5 for 5, whatever seed you have in this world will die 5 for 5. So that basically she cast a spell on him and his future generation of men in his family. So all of the men in the Chase family die before their 26th birthday, and Jordan is 25. And Macy and Harry find this out, by looking online, because the internet's very powerful. More powerful than the CharmedOnes right now, apparently. But yeah, so Jordan, the vision that Maggie had in the last episode is not of him, attacking them and them having to defend themselves and killing him, but she basically saw Jordan's death via the ring. We still don't know why the ring can enact powers, but we do know it comes from a coven, so it's magical. But black amber, I'm telling you, watch that, because that's going to be something we see in future episodes. Probably not next week, or the 6th, I believe, is the mid-season finale, but definitely after that. So when it comes back, probably in January, we're probably going to learn a lot more than we think we know now. Let's put it that way. Okay, so let's move on to Abigail. So I always said that she was the overlord. A lot of people thought there was another overlord, so everybody is right. There are two. Abigail is the original overlord. She took the name, but she didn't just take the name. She was actually the overlord. We've learned through the other demon, I think his name was Godfrey, which is a very interesting name for a demon, that she was using the overlord's name, but she had every intention of being on the throne as the overlord. But then she got kidnapped or vanished, and so Godfrey took it upon himself to go find Parker, and that's how we got Parker back. He's like, well, you're in the Cain bloodline. You can bring all the demons together. So Parker is the acting overlord now, and apparently Abigail's been trying to kill him. So that's interesting. And of course, as I thought, Parker thought that Maggie and both of the sisters were dead. And so when he sees her, he kind of plays off like he's the overlord because, he's got to keep like a strength, doesn't show weakness around the other demons. But as soon as they're alone, he goes right for her. And honestly, it's so reminiscent of Cole and Phoebe from the OG Charmed. It really is. And I almost want them to work out, but I don't think they are because he's half demon and she's a charmed one, and I just don't think that's going to happen. They already got a half demon, half witch, charmed one. I don't know if they're going to be able to have a half demon, half human as a love interest / husband for Maggie, or at least not in this season. But whatever. So basically, Parker is running things, but he's actually doing it to try to mend the demon world, making the violence stop, keeping everyone from going to war. A big thing that happens in this episode is that we learn there's a sacred grove, which is kind of like, it has a ley line, kind of like the Bermuda Triangle, and the other, supernatural ley line elements are places on Earth that draw lots of magical energy, and that they have these creatures called the Dryads that were protecting this like hollow tree, and the fruit from this tree basically allows the person that eats from it to repel magic. So magic cannot be cast on them. Well, they were attacked, and Maggie basically thought it was Parker because when they went to Abigail, Abigail was kind of getting it on with Lazy Susan and Lazy Susan, and she denied it and said her brother was the one that did it. Well, of course, we learned later that she basically just said that because it was actually Abigail that did it. Well, it really wasn't. It was Godfrey, the one that recruited Parker to take the place of Abigail when Abigail went missing. He was the one that actually went for the fruit because he's dirty. He's a demon. But she took the blame for it. But she's also been working in cahoots with him, and so it was just messy. The entire episode was very messy when it came to Abigail. We know that Abigail cannot be trusted. We know that Abigail has other plans. She has another agenda. She wants to be the one in charge, and I think her plans even exceed what Godfrey the demon, who thinks that he's in on the game with the Overlord, which he's calling her now, even realizes. I think she's got plans way beyond them too. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she wants to get rid of the witches and the demons, honestly. So, but yeah, Abigail is dirty. Parker is still smitten with Maggie. They actually get it on, and then he proposes to her. So the next episode we see is dealing a lot with the marriage proposal and Maggie considering marrying him. So that's going to be interesting. Then we come down to Harry and Macy. Harry and Macy are very awkward right now. They are not talking about what happened. They're kind of talking around it. Harry does ask when Macy makes a comment about, or just asks him if Dark Harry or Dark Lighter Harry is dead. And he says, it would seem so. And she asks if he's okay with that. And he basically asks her if she's okay with that. And then Maggie interrupts them. So, yeah. Eventually, it kind of continues on where he talks about missing pieces of himself. And he basically asks her again, and she says she doesn't know how she feels. And she does say that it was a part of Harry, meaning that how could she not like/love Dark Harry, because it's actually the same. He's part of the Harry that she loves. So it's interesting. This is the weirdest triangle ever. But yeah, the Harry Macy thing is still very, very strong, but it was subtle. But Abigail was flirting with Harry endlessly, even inviting him to have a threesome with Lazy Susan, her. I guess you'd be the fourth. So yeah, I don't know what that's about. I don't know how truthful that is, because in part of the episode where she's imprisoned for trying to kill Parker, instead of being tortured, they drug her with the truth serum that Maggie brought to give to Parker to see if he was the one that actually attacked, the Dryads. And come to find out, Godfrey had given her the apple, or the fruit, basically. So when she ate the truth serum, it didn't work because it's magic. But one thing she does say is she still says that she wants to basically make Harry her bitch. So even though the truth serum was not working, I don't think she was lying about that. So that's interesting. I think that there actually is. She does have a little bit of a thing for Harry. We don't need it because we already have Dark Harry, White Lighter Harry, and Macy. We don't need Abigail as the fourth in that. That would be confusing. So, yeah, that's weird, honestly. But yeah, so this episode was very revealing. So much happened. It's just, now I'm into the next episode. We're thinking, what can happen further? We know that Dark Lighter Harry is still alive. We don't know what he's doing, but we know he's still alive. We know that Macy has feelings for both of them. We know that Abigail is dirty. She is dirty. We don't know what's going to happen with Parker, but if it's true to form with Cole, he's either going to be killed, or Maggie's probably going to tell him that she doesn't want to marry him, and it's going to drive him closer to his darker side, and then all morality is going to go out the window, and then he's going to be worse than Abigail. That is a possibility. I don't know if they're going to be able to save Jordan. I don't know if they're going to tell Maggie that Jordan is cursed. There's so much going on. The only thing I do know is that Mel has that shop, and Mel's going to run that shop, and now they have all the materials they need to keep going as CharmedOnes. and potentially getting their magic back. Another fun thing, a lot of people have been speculating that Swan, which is the cute little Asian girl that runs around passing out vegan treats, and she's like, I don't know what her official role is, but she's like the happy, sunshiny person of Safe Space. But they're like, oh, well, she's definitely the master of Harry, which she could be. She could turn out to be the granddaughter that I was talking about, Harry's granddaughter or great-granddaughter, because remember, he has another family, and we don't know what they look like. So they could have been Asian. Who knows? All we know is that if Swan is not magical, demonic, or evil in any way, they're missing a very good opportunity with this girl, because this girl literally knows everything. She knew about Katrina leaving. She knew about Jordan when he was losing his gym. She knows everything. I would not be surprised if she knows her downstairs in the Elder Command Center, because that girl is like, she's like Safe Space tabloid, like extravaganza. So they're really missing a great communication source with her, because she has the inside, she has the end with everyone. I'm just saying. But yeah, so that is pretty much my review for this. I didn't want to do a play-by-play because it gets really, really long. If you had to add on to this or maybe throw some more theories out, because I love them, before next week's episode, please do, because I will definitely answer them all, as you can see in my comments. Be checking the discussion board for YouTube, because I will be putting up some information on Charmed, and also when I'm starting the Nancy Drew reviews, and my Winona Earp Spotlight video should be coming out soon too. So please, if you are a Winona Earp fan, look forward to that. But yeah, let's talk about Charmed. Leave a comment below and let me know what you thought about this episode, and let me know what your theories are going forward. And if you would like to sign up for jury duty, hit the subscribe button. And if you'd like to know who's next on the ballot, hit the notification bell. Until next time, I can't wait for you to approach the nerd. Bye, guys. And if you have time, make sure to check out some of our other videos.